Fracking is one of the most contentious issues across America today, and it could be coming to a neighborhood near you. Oil and gas companies use hydraulic fracking, injecting fluid thousands of feet underground to expand cracks in rocks to release the oil and gas used to produce the energy that we all use every day. There are more than 45,000 wells in Colorado now, mostly in rural areas, but that could soon change. 9 News reporter Kevin Torres is in the Cross Creek community in Aurora. And Kevin, that community doesn't look all that rural.
Certainly not, Mark. In fact, there are 400 homes in this subdivision, and they're looking to build a lot more. In fact, this is a quiet neighborhood. There hasn't been a car passing by here in about 30 minutes or so. The issue is that a major energy company is looking to come in here. They've already leased the mineral rights to land literally right across the street. We're talking only 100 feet. And that is the big concern for all the folks who are living here.
It's a pretty peaceful community.
In this corner of Colorado,
There's not much noise, there's not much traffic.
life is about to change.
We've divvied up the neighborhood into different sections.
And neighbors like Eric Neely and Tracy Cook
and to bring the awareness up.
are doing all they can do to prevent that change from occurring.
I mean, when we built our house and bought out here, this was probably the last thing we would ever think of that would come around us.
There's no reason why it has to start so close to us.
It is drilling. The Houston-based energy company Anadarko leased the mineral rights to most of the land around here and has expressed interest in fracking for oil.
90 or more % of the wells drilled in Colorado are hydraulically fractured.
David Neslin is the director of the Colorado Oil and Gas Conservation Commission. His job is to regulate the drilling companies and to approve their permits.
And I can assure you that we all take the protection of the environment, the protection of public health and safety very seriously.
Neslin says Anadarko hasn't applied for any permits in this area yet, but has acquired most of the land. Neighbors who've met him say they don't believe Neslin understands their concerns, seeing as how his department is funded by the oil companies he regulates.
In one form or another, all of our funding comes from the industry.
So pretty much you think that they are concerned about oil first and health second?
That's the way I feel right now, yes.
Neslin says proximity to the communities does play a role in the permit process, but more than that, he wants to assure people about the safety procedures taken, especially when it comes to concerns about water contamination.
You know, what surprised me the most, Kevin, is the amount of groundwater data that the state of Colorado has.
Neslin says oil and gas companies are required to take water samples before and after digging occurs, but residents say there's also the concern about property devaluation, loud noise, and large vehicles passing through around the clock.
The whole laundry list of things.
They say they're not against drilling, they're only against drilling in their backyards.
That part is definitely going to affect us.
So if you're wondering about fracking popping up in more urban areas, Colorado Oil and Gas says, well, you should pretty much get used to it because it's probably going to happen more and more in the upcoming years as this becomes more popular. So the biggest concern here for a lot of folks is trying to figure out exactly what is that special chemical that goes into fracking. At this point, the energy companies don't have to release that information detailing exactly what it is, but Colorado Oil and Gas, well, December 5th rather, they are going to vote to decide whether or not they should require energy companies in Colorado to release that information. It looks like it is going to be a yes vote. So when that information comes about, and if it is passed, Mark, it will make it law and legal for them to require them rather to have to give out that information in early January.
I think a lot of people in Colorado believe there are rules in place already to protect them from drilling that close to a community, but maybe not.
Exactly, and that's the big concern. A lot of folks here who just found out 2 weeks ago, they're like, well, had we known, we wouldn't have purchased the property here, but now this is the issue that they're dealing with, and really there is not a whole lot they can do at all.
All right, Kevin Torres in the Cross Creek community in Aurora. Kevin, thank you very much.